Penguins. We all know from documentaries and mediocre cartoons that penguins gather in huge groups when it's time to lay eggs. We also know that such numbers of birds are capable of producing an absurd amount of shit. Think about what happens when you park your car under a tree. Basically, when penguins gather in one place, they leave behind so much poop that it can be seen from space. What's more, penguins have found a way to make this incredible pile of shit work for them. The constant production of poop helps melt the snow around them, making the ground suitable for nesting. And it's not just direct contact. Because penguin poop is dark in color, it absorbs more heat from the sun, which means the snow in those areas melts faster. Since it's unhygienic to constantly wallow in your own shit, penguins don't want to do it any longer than they have to. So these clever birds have come up with a handy way to get rid of their poop. If penguins are stuck in one place for a long period of time, they turn their own excrement into projectiles. The results of the study, titled "The Pressure Produced When Penguins Poop: Reflections on Avian Defecation," show that some penguins have developed the unusual ability to defecate in a way that sends their excrement flying away from their eggs. Sure, it's a useful skill for birds trying to keep their own corner clean. But what about any unfortunate penguin neighbors, seals, or wildlife photographers who happen to be nearby? Hippos are considered one of the most dangerous animals in Africa, but not just because they can kill you. The thing is, if you stand behind these huge animals, you risk literally being covered in shit. It's incredibly disgusting, and you think the hippopotamus did it on purpose. However, these animals have a good reason for turning their tails into mini-screws and spraying their own excrement in all directions, simulating the explosion of a colostomy bag. It is because this is how they mark their territory, and this method is the most effective. Their rotary snowplow is capable of spraying shit up to 2 meters in each direction. As a rule, only male hippos put on such extravagant rectal shows. Females and baby hippos empty their colons either right where they are at the moment when they feel like it, or into the water in which they live. This not only makes the crocodiles sick, but also serves the purpose of returning important restorative nutrition to the aquatic food chain. In special cases, female hippos may also take part in fecal spraying. If a female hippo is attracted to a male's behavior during mating season, she will express her interest in the most direct way. For example, by shitting all over his face. Koalas are one of the cutest animals in the world. When you see a mother koala caring for her little baby, the scene is downright adorable. Wait a minute. What is the baby doing? Sucking on its mother's anus? You see, since baby koalas are unable to digest the fibrous eucalyptus leaves, their mothers do it for them. Other animals solve this problem by regurgitating a pre-cooked meal, but koala mothers take it a step further. They secrete a special poop-like substance straight from their anus that has all the nutrients a growing baby needs. Yes, baby koalas eat poop, literally. This substance contains digestive bacteria that are vital for koala development. So, if a person takes on the responsibility of caring for an orphaned koala baby, he or she should regularly feed it not only with milk from a bottle, but also with donor poop. The world first learned about this strange feature of koalas in 1933 from a report by researcher Kate Minchin, who observed these marsupials for a long time. The head and paws of the baby were sticking out of the koala's pouch, its muzzle covered with yellow-green mucus. The baby had buried its nose in its mother's cloaca and was greedily eating the substance secreted from her rectum. And although it was clear that the mother koala did not particularly like this, she remained quiet and calm and did not interfere with the baby's business. This is a truly amazing ability that helps koalas survive in harsh conditions. It may also explain why koalas survive in areas where chlamydia is rampant. Wombats. If you've ever suddenly changed your diet to include more fresh vegetables and greens, you'll know how much of a challenge visiting the toilet can be for a while. Unless you've been fed a disassembled Rubik's Cube, you've probably never had to endure the torment that wombats go through. They're forced to form a colonic version of the Rubik's Cube every time they poop. The reason wombats do this is simple. The cube shape prevents their poop from rolling away. Like many other animals, wombats mark their territory with their excrement. A scat that stays in place under all conditions is preferable for creating non-confrontational boundaries. The ability to create cinder block-like poop, allows wombats to lay siege on hills and rocky surfaces, alerting the world to the presence of a giant with a formidable sphincter. Since wombats are nocturnal and have poor eyesight, it is possible that they communicate with each other using the pungent odor of their feces. Vultures. Most people have an overwhelming aversion to vultures due to their hideous appearance and tendency to scavenge. But since vultures do not sweat like us humans to regulate their body temperature, they do so in a different, more disgusting way, by soiling themselves with their own excrement whenever possible. Urohydrosis is a term used to describe the way some species of vultures deliberately soil their paws with excrement. When this excrement evaporates, it effectively serves as a cooling agent after a hot day spent gorging on rotting antelope flesh. Interestingly, some vulture species pee and poop on themselves up to 10 times an hour. Vultures are known to feed on carcasses that are teeming with disease-causing bacteria. Fortunately, their digestive enzymes are just as noxious as the carrion they eat. For this reason, the steady supply of intestinal waste cascading down the vulture's feet actually acts as a built-in cleansing pump. Sloths. Sloths are such slow-moving creatures that they can crawl across a 2-lane road for hours. But what drives them out of the safety of their treetops in the first place? Is it adventure, or is it an elaborate sensual ritual? The sad reality is that they only come down from their trees about once a week to take a crap. It's a slow, painstaking process. First, sloths choose a suitable spot, then dig a hole, dump the waste, and carefully sweep away their tracks so that, according to researchers, they don't attract predators. This strategy is pretty stupid, since more than half of all sloths die during these long bowel defecating treks. So why don't they bomb the forest from above like other tree dwellers? You see, these animals are so sluggish and apathetic that their fur can become home to various bugs, fungi, and one species of moth that lives nowhere else. In order to complete its life cycle, this moth needs to lay its eggs in a safe place, where there is plenty of food, and it has found nothing better for this purpose than sloth excrement. Some scientists believe that the risk that sloths expose themselves to by descending to the ground is related to the desire to help their little friends lay eggs and contribute to the preservation of their species. Cut, everyone's free. Everyone's like Cody this, Cody that. Cody's me, bro. Let me be me. Cut. Where are my glasses? I won't be filmed without glasses. Cut. 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 These were 6 amazing dirty facts about animals. Like and subscribe to the channel.